Crimson Dawn was a criminal organisation under the leadership of Lord Maul, formerly known as Darth Maul. Maul created the group in the final years of the Clone Wars, and the group ran well into the reign of the Empire, and the First Order after that. But how did this group begin and end? Today, that's what we'll discover. So sit back, relax, and have some muffins! Welcome to Star Wars Timelines. The origins of the group can be traced back to the Shadow Collective. During the Clone Wars, Maul sought to overthrow his former master, Darth Sidious, the current Dark Lord of the Sith, who was manipulating the war between the Republic and the Separatists for his own ends. In order to challenge both the Republic and the Separatists in a bid for control, Maul gathered an army of exiled Mandalorian warriors known as the Death Watch, as well as the Black Sun, the Pike Syndicate, and the Hutt clan into an enterprise known as the Shadow Collective. The Shadow Collective seized control of Mandalore, overthrowing the Duchess Satine Kryze, and this was now to be the Shadow Collective's power base. However, after Darth Maul executed the leader of the Death Watch, Pre Vizsla, a group of the Death Watch known as the Night Owls, under the command of Bo-Katan, turned on Maul and formed a resistance movement. Sidious learned of Maul's movements and travelled to Mandalore, dueling Maul and his brother, Savage Opress. Maul and Savage fought well, but Sidious was superior. He killed Savage and took Maul prisoner. The Hutts then abandoned Maul, however the others remained loyal. They formed a plan to break Maul out of prison, and with the help of his allies, Maul escaped. But the Droid army, under the command of General Grievous, followed Maul, and the Shadow Collective fought the Droid army on many fronts until eventually the Pikes and the Black Sun also abandoned Maul. With no allies, Maul was forced to retreat back to Mandalore, where he prepared for an attack. By this time, he had begun using the name Crimson Dawn. He established Crimson Dawn in the underworld and quickly began to take as much control as possible. He even formed some kind of alliance with the Pikes in order to begin taking control of the production and smuggling of spice. However, the Republic eventually launched an assault on Mandalore, and the Jedi Council dispatched former Padawan Ahsoka Tano and Captain Rex to lead the siege and liberation of Mandalore. Maul was captured during this siege. However, around this time, Sidious executed Order 66, which activated inhibitor chips inside the clones, turning them against the Jedi. Rex had removed his inhibitor chip prior, so he was not affected. However, the clones had now turned on him and Ahsoka. He escaped with Ahsoka, but Maul was able to escape in the chaos. A quick reminder, guys, if possible, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me and helps me continue to make content like this. If you also have any ideas for lore videos, or theories, or reviews, or any upcoming comics that you might like me to have a look at, please comment them in the comments down below. I'm always open to any suggestions. Again, they can literally be as wild as you want. Like, I'll literally do a lore video on what happened to Jar Jar Binks after Revenge of the Sith. He became a bit of a clown. I mean, he was a clown before, but now he's more of a clown. I'll save that for the video. Comment down below if you want me to do that or something. Anyways, on to the video. Sidious then transformed the Galactic Republic into the Galactic Empire. Maul was forced to go into hiding, but continued his underworld organizational movement, doing everything he could to keep his authority in the underworld alive. However, he no longer had any support from the Mandalorians, the majority of whom had now joined the Empire. Even though the Death Watch was gone, Maul still had other parties available at his disposal in Crimson Dawn. One such party was a band of mercenaries who travelled from planet to planet, seizing the resources they needed while brutalising the natives into complying. One such world was the desert world Saravine, which possessed a resource that they desired. After several raids on the world, the Savareans rose up against them, refusing to comply anymore. As punishment for their defiance, the mercenaries cut out the tongues of every man, woman, and child that they could find. Maul continued to lead from the shadows, rather than in the spotlight, in the hopes that his former master would not be able to locate him. However, unlike the Shadow Collective, most of the organisation did not report directly to him, and few even knew about his real identity. Instead, Maul relied on a figurehead to serve the leader of the Crimson Dawn. The public leader of Crimson Dawn in 10 BBY was Dryden Voss. At this time, Dryden Voss hired Tobias Beckett to collect a shipment of coaxium, a rare form of starship fuel. Beckett and his crew attempted to steal a container full of coaxium that belonged to the Empire from a conveyance transport. However, the heist failed due to the intervention of the Cloud Riders, costing him the cargo and 2 of his teammates, his lover Val and the pilot Rio Durant. However, his recruit, the young Han Solo and Chewbacca, insisted that they meet with Voss to talk to him about what had happened. Upon arrival, they negotiated with Dryden, who was ready to have them executed. However, they ultimately agreed to a second heist, stealing from the Pikes on Kessel. Dryden agreed and sent his top lieutenant and an old friend of Solo, Kira, with them to ensure the mission was complete. Along with Chewbacca and Lando Calrissian, they managed to steal a shipment and made it out of Kessel. However, when they landed at the meeting point, they encountered the Clyde Riders again. The leader, Enfys Nest, told Solo about the evils of Crimson Dawn and convinced him not to give them the coaxium. Beckett and Lando, on the other hand, left before Crimson Dawn arrived. Kira and Chewbacca agreed to help Han. They devised a plan to give Voss the fake coaxium and met with him. However, it turned out Beckett betrayed them in return for Voss sparing his life. Voss then sent his army down to seize what he thought was the real coaxium on the beach below. Only thing was, Han knew Beckett would betray them and had in fact brought the real coaxium. Beckett then betrayed Voss and took the coaxium for himself. After a brief duel, Kira killed Dryden Voss and took over the ship while Han chased after Beckett. Kira waited until Solo had left, then contacted Maul, telling him Dryden Voss was dead. Maul ordered Kira to Dathomir, which she left just after leaving Han behind. Kira then took the role as head of Crimson Dawn, and Maul continued to run Crimson Dawn from the shadows for years. However, he became distracted when he learned that Obi-Wan Kenobi survived. He was determined to get revenge on the Jedi Master, and he used a young Jedi, Ezra Bridger, in order to learn of Obi-Wan's whereabouts, and eventually learned that the Jedi Master resided on Tatooine. He eventually tracked Kenobi down and fought him. The fight was quick, and Obi-Wan killed Maul there and then on Tatooine. Hey guys, quick note, we're over 2,500 subscribers now. I just want to thank you all so much for sticking around for so long. If you guys have any suggestions at all about any other videos you'd like to see me do, please leave them in the comments below. I'll continue to do Clone Wars videos as new episodes come out, and other weird and wacky creatures like the Star Wids. But if there's anything specific you'd like, please let me know. Also, as usual guys, please do not forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, just comment any other kind of weird videos you'd like to see me do. Thank you so much for sticking around for so long guys. Again, thank you, it means a lot. Now onto the video. After this, Crimson Dawn began to lose its influence and power. With its true leader gone, the organisation split up into smaller groups. We're not actually sure what happened to Kira after Maul's death, or even what her reign was like as leader of Crimson Dawn. Even though Crimson Dawn was not like what it once was, it had left its mark on the galaxy. After the Empire was defeated, the New Republic formed the Galactic Senate. Criminal organisations that evolved from Crimson Dawn still held substantial power. The New Republic brought back the Sector Rangers. The Sector Rangers initially were a law enforcement agency that the Republic had set up prior to the Clone Wars, but was closed down by the Empire. The New Republic brought it back to battle the criminal organisations. Despite this, the Rangers were a mere fraction of the size of what they were in the days of the Galactic Republic, let alone the law enforcement that the Empire had in place. And even with the Empire's really tough law enforcement, Crimson Dawn had thrived as one of the deadliest and most powerful syndicates around. Though they were still active in the decades following the fall of the Empire, Crimson Dawn itself no longer held the influence it once did, and was viewed as a relic of the past by newer crime syndicates. In the years that followed, organisations such as Kanja Club and the Guavarin Death Gang took the power that Crimson Dawn had left behind. Even the Hutts no longer had the power they used to. The Nikto crime cartels had seized much of the Hutts' control, and the galaxy's underworld movements were no longer what they had been in the years that had come before. And that is all we have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment what video you'd like to see next. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.